It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. A slow-moving coastal storm is going to bring heavy rain to the mid-Atlantic with 2 to 5 inches expected from northeastern North Carolina. In southeastern Virginia, that's going to last through tomorrow. But then another system's going to spread heavy rains across the central and northern plains today and tomorrow, offering some drought relief. Meanwhile, tropical moisture from Mario is going to bring showers into Southern California midweek. You can expect cooler temperatures in rainy areas, but much of the nation remains warm. Read that above average. Closer to home, isolated storms are possible as storm chances improve both today and tomorrow as deeper moisture moves in, bringing the risk of localized flooding. By Thursday into the weekend, storm coverage drops, but isolated thunderstorms remain in the forecast. Temperatures are going to remain near normal. Humidity levels running well above critical fire weather thresholds. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Tuesday, September 16th. Highway 70, Highway 380, Highway 54, Owen Road, Nike Avenue, and War Highway are scheduled to remain open all day.
This past Saturday in Alamogordo, firefighters from the city, Holloman Air Force Base, and regional departments honored the heroes of 9/11 at the New Mexico Museum of Space History. Participants of the Climb the Cube event ascended and descended the museum's stairwell multiple times in full gear, symbolizing the heroic efforts of the first responders at the World Trade Center. It was a moving tribute to courage, sacrifice, and our nation's finest. Cloudcroft is facing more upheaval in local government as village clerk Tabitha Foster and now police chief Rolando Hernandez have resigned within days of each other. Hernandez took the job at the first part of July. Foster cited family responsibilities. Hernandez stepped down to care for his ailing mother. Their departures highlight the strain of public service amid the village's ongoing reforms, including expanded transparency and 24-hour police coverage. Mayor King praised their decision, but acknowledges the challenge of maintaining leadership and continuity in a community undergoing such major change. New Mexico's universal free child care plan, set to begin on November 1st, is drawing a lot of sharp criticism. Lawmakers and critics warn it's not truly universal. It excludes some large segments of the population. While socialized, tax-funded pre-K has little proven impact beyond handing out government benefits. State House Representative John Block spoke yesterday at the committee meeting.
I did read the rule, and it did have pretty stringent requirements, though. You had to give your IRS tax return, which is more burdensome than I think any program in the state, to have to give your IRS tax return and then all your asset valuations, which seems to me a hindrance to certain people because it's an added barrier. And if it's going to be equal across the board for people, if you're low income, you don't have to give any of that information. However, if you may have assets, let's just say your dad bequeathed upon you a new property that you have to pay taxes on, by the way, it doesn't factor in that as well. So I just think it's very important when we are talking about universality, it needs to be universal for every single person, and it shouldn't be burdensome for one group of people and then not burdensome for another. So I really do appreciate that. And so another thing really quickly, I saw in the LFC report, the previous LFC report, I kind of saved it. It said LFC staff compared kindergarten assessment outcomes for students who attended various programs of pre-K from 2020 to present, but found varied and largely insignificant results. And that's what the LFC report said. And then it also said when it came to graduation rates, people who had non-pre-kindergarten versus pre-K, it was like 75.7% in the 2023 cohort versus 77.8%. So I mean, it's like it's 2 points. So if we're saying that's significant, I want to really know, is that really that significant? You know what I mean?
Opponents call it a costly overreach, diverting billions in oil and gas revenue, expanding entitlement spending, and treating the state as your daddy instead of letting families take responsibility for themselves. Some business leaders in Alamogordo and Otero County are pushing for a separate Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in order to support minority-owned businesses. Now, critics argue that this is a step towards unnecessary identity politics. One chamber should represent all local entrepreneurs, regardless of background. While Hispanic businesses are an important part of the economy, opponents warn that creating divisions by ethnicity could undermine unity and cooperation among the region's business community. Alamogordo is gearing up for its homecoming parade tomorrow. This year, the Skies are going to put on a show. Holloman Air Force Base's 49th Wing will perform a special flyover for the Alamogordo High School Tigers and the community. Organizers thank the base for the patriotic display, giving residents a chance to celebrate school spirit and honor the military simultaneously. The Smoky Bear Ranger District is hosting an open house today from 3 until 6. That's at Eastern New Mexico University, Ruidoso, room 201. You can meet the Lincoln National Forest Fire and Fuels team, learn about prescribed burns, restoration projects, and explore employment opportunities. Don't miss the chance to connect with forest specialists and discover how you can get involved. The Village of Tularosa will hold their regular monthly meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. The council is going to review library vacation policies, police department maintenance agreements, the 2026 KALH grant, and requests for temporary RV waivers during home remodels. Public comment is welcomed, and accommodations are available for those with disabilities. Have any questions? 575-585-2771. Well, today is Tuesday. That means we get an introspection from Pastor Johnny Walker.
I know we're all dealing with the same thing. How do we handle it? The stuff that we've seen on the news, heard in social media, the posts that people put up, your friends, your family, your loved ones, your former classmates. But how would Jesus handle this? In short, Jesus would mourn the violence. He would comfort the grieving, challenge the faithful to forgive, and call all people to repentance and reconciliation. He wouldn't be silent, but his voice would be one of healing, not division. In moments of violence and loss, we cling to the truth that every life bears God's image. We mourn, we forgive, and we choose love over vengeance because that's what Jesus did. And remember, justice matters, but mercy transforms. Y'all be blessed and be a blessing.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the Big Lies news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
In Clovis, former occupational therapist Jared Cordham will spend 30 years in prison after pleading guilty to sexually abusing young boys under his care. Prosecutors say he exploited his position of trust, forcing children into abusive situations and trying to pass it off as treatment. Once he's released, he will have to register as a sex offender for life. Another case showing why communities must remain vigilant in protecting children from predators. A tragic double murder in southwestern Albuquerque this past Sunday evening. 47-year-old Richard Newman and his 18-year-old co-worker Jesus Valdez were gunned down outside of an O'Reilly Auto Parts after confronting a customer over a stolen oil filter. Deputies say the suspect, 23-year-old Ishmael Tina, pulled a gun and shot both men. Michael Newman is Richard's son. He spoke with KOAT.
He was a lover, a provider. He cared. He did anything for anyone that he possibly could do, and that weight will forever weigh heavy on us.
Tanya claimed self-defense, but investigators found no evidence to back that up, so he's been charged with 2 counts of murder, leaving a family mourning the loss of a husband, father, and hardworking provider. In San Juan County, deputies arrested repeat offender Zachary Quintana after a shooting at a party in Bloomfield. Investigators say he fired into a vehicle as people tried to leave. He struck a woman. She is in stable condition. Detectives later found Quintana hiding at his home, where they also found that he had 6 outstanding warrants, and that includes reckless driving and fleeing police. He now faces multiple new charges, including aggravated assault and illegal use of a firearm. In Deming, justice has been served for the brutal 2022 killing of 14-year-old Ashton Remondini. A Luna County jury found 22-year-old Rafael Camacho guilty of first-degree murder and multiple related charges after evidence showed that he lured the teen to a remote area under the guise of target shooting, then he helped stab him to death in a revenge plot. Camacho also tried to cover up the crime, but investigators tied him to the scene. He now faces life in prison. In Bernalillo County, deputies arrested Melody Abrams and Anthony Garcia following a welfare check at their home, which uncovered drug paraphernalia and weapons inside the infant's bedroom. Investigators found burnt foil, syringes, glass pipes, all within the child's reach, as well as machetes and knives. Both suspects admitted to using fentanyl, and they're now facing child abuse and drug charges. Another shocking case of kids endangered by parents lost to addiction. In Moriarty, a 70-year-old woman protesting a gun show at the city-owned Civic Center was arrested and jailed for nearly 4 days after refusing to leave the property, even though it was rented by a private vendor. Jill Gatwood said she was denied her medication and mistreated in jail before a judge threw out the case. Now, with help from the ACLU, she's suing the city and county. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 44 matches for New Mexico volleyball today. That includes Mescalero at Gateway Christian, Carrizozo heads to Lake Arthur, Chaparral at Hot Springs, Capitan at Magdalena, Tularosa heads to Estancia, wow! Go Lady Cats, and Roswell comes to Alamogordo. Go Coyotes. All right, go Tigers. Lose to the Coyotes. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies with a 30% chance of showers and storms. No rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Mostly cloudy tonight with a 20% chance of showers and storms. Mostly sunny tomorrow. There's a 40% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in the basin, 86. Low tonight of 64. High tomorrow, 84 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies today with a 40% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts between 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch expected. Mostly cloudy tonight with a 20% chance of showers and storms. Partly sunny tomorrow. There's a 60% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 64. Low tonight of 45. High tomorrow, 63 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org. And you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes this Tuesday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.